What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into our Indie Comics weekend with Alpha Dogs issue number 3, a story that is written and created by Jon Dexter. This story is following Ina, Cyrus, and Buck. Now, Cyrus and Buck being the two dogs, we have learned that these guys have intelligence way superior to any other kind of canine, with these dogs just being so intelligent, now being able to communicate, being able to talk. These genetically modified dogs could change the world. That, of course, has caught the eye of some bad people. Those bad people being led by SALEM. SALEM trying to work his way in with Ina. He has been taking the blood of these dogs, saying it's for other reasons. But what he is really doing is using this blood to create his own intelligent dogs. And Ina is soon gonna learn exactly what he has been up to. And if you're liking this story, I highly recommend that you check out the Kickstarter for issue number 4. The Kickstarter that is currently ongoing. You can check the link out in my description if you want to support this comic. You're not gonna find this story anywhere else. This is one of those deep comics, and so by buying the comic, you are supporting small creators. You're supporting the indie comic community. You're giving these guys a chance to be seen, a chance to keep on creating amazing stories and giving them an opportunity of a lifetime. So please do me a favor, consider supporting the Kickstarter. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with some military type individuals, possibly mercenaries or something of that nature. They are breaking down a door, guns drawn, ready to take out anybody inside. They believe that this is the house of Ina. They believe that this is where the Alpha Dogs are being held. But when they break down the door, they just find a dude on the couch smoking some ganja. This is the last known location of Ina. But this guy has no idea what is going on. He knows nothing about dogs. He knows nothing about Ina. The only thing that he does know is a guy named Jeb is the one that let him rent this house. And that when he moved in, there was white dog hair all over the place. Once he has given up all the information that he has, these mercenary guys, they put a bullet in his head. They want no loose ends. They want to ensure that nobody knows they were here. That is what takes us over to the farm. We pick up with Buck and Cyrus. Now Buck, the pit bull, he seems to be more loving, more caring. Cyrus, the older dog, he really sees him as naive, seeing him as a young pup that just doesn't understand the world yet. You could say that Cyrus has become more jaded, more cynical. He believes that they are simply wasting their lives out here, hiding away like scared pups. And Cyrus just can't do it for that much longer. But today they have a visitor. That visitor is SALEM. SALEM has come to let him know that he is leaving, saying that he is headed off to Baghdad, that he doesn't know how long he is going to be gone, however long it takes for his parents to be able to get better. And so with him driving off, we learn that SALEM isn't going to Baghdad. SALEM was simply lying to Ina. He has been trying to get as much blood from her as he can, because he has whole litters of dogs that he is waiting to experiment on. As we see one of these dogs being injected, the dog slowly but surely begins to get a consciousness. It begins to learn the ability to talk, to understand what people are saying. But these aren't the only dogs here. This is where we see a husky dog. The two of them also experimented on. They had ran away from home, and now one of them is regretting this. While their owner was abusive, if they hadn't run away, they wouldn't be stuck here getting poked with needles. As we see one of them beginning to mutate, he calls in SALEM. Now, back in the lab, a couple of weeks have passed by. Ina has not heard from SALEM at all. He says that the signal in Baghdad is a little bit crappy, but it's looking more and more like she was just blown off. This is when she finally starts to understand that she was being lied to, that this was all manipulation. And so, going back home later that evening, she grabs her gun and she loads up Buck and Cyrus. Now, Cyrus, he's being a little bit bitter about this. He's got a, the kind of I told you so attitude. The star-crossed lovers, they were a lie. Ina was made a fool. As they arrive at this compound, Buck tears this fence open and they crawl underneath. They go to check out the warehouse, but the door is locked. But they can hear a voice inside. Someone is begging for help. Buck and the others, they can smell these dogs. There are others like them inside. And so Buck tears that door open and we see that little chihuahua come running out. He goes to try and make his getaway. That's when from the house, the door is opened up. A black dog with red eyes comes sprinting out of the house. Getting right in front of that chihuahua, the chihuahua bows down. And that is where Buck steps into play. The chihuahua letting Buck know that Doberman has been clocked at 86 miles per hour. And while Buck doesn't understand what that means, the chihuahua says don't lose sight of him. But Buck was unprepared for this fight. That Doberman runs circles around him, biting him on the neck, biting him on the hide, and then there is a snap. That's where we see Salem. Ina at this point is furious. Gun drawn, asking why. Why did you do all of this? For Salem, this is about retribution for the crimes that were committed against his family. And he has Ina to thank for all of this. Salem telling her that even if you kill me, that will not stop the men from opening fire on the dogs and then finishing what they have started. That's when he tells Monto to go ahead and show what you can do. With Ina being threatened, that is when Buck jumps into play, going full speed at Monto. He does not hesitate, he does not stop. But then the goons open fire with the AK-47s. We see Buck riddled with bullets, and his bloody body falls down to the ground. Salem sees this as a blessing. He ran out of blood weeks ago. Now he has more than he will ever need. Meanwhile, elsewhere, we see those mercenaries. They have tracked down Jeb, and they are getting all the information that they can now get from him, torturing him, beating him, so that they can have the location of Ina. Because it appears that there is much more out there that want these dogs than just Salem. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm a big dog lover, so I have absolutely loved this comic. I think it has been a lot of fun. It's very interesting, it's a good concept to go with. And watching Buck get gunned down in that manner was just heartbreaking. The question now, will Cyrus go and protect him? Will he avenge him? Or will he turn against Ina? We have seen him very jaded for a long time, not wanting to live this life, not wanting to be a docile house pet. But will all that change as he watches the young Buck just get taken down? If you want to find out what happens next, make sure that you guys support the Kickstarter and make sure that this comic gets off the ground. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything that is going on with Alpha Dogs, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.